Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jai Hind, Namaskar. So I hope I am properly audible and visible to all of you. Good morning. So I welcome you all to this session, and so we are going to start with today's editorial. So let's look at this. That what are the topics which we are going to discuss today? The first topic is very important topic again. This is related to your GS paper. This is something which is related to your GS paper 2. Okay. So we are going to talk about this governor issue. Right now, you may have seen that elections have been there in multiple states, and in Tamil Nadu also we have seen the election was there. And after that, the position of governor has again come to limelight. The role of governor has again come to limelight. We are going to discuss about this topic. Second topic which we are going to discuss about is the fake currency. What we see that despite having a number of measures, including demonetization, the fake currency is still prevailing in India. So what is this prevalence of fake currency, plus what are the issues with respect to that, what steps has been taken? So we are going to discuss about that. And the third part is again a very important article which is related to AI and education. It is not more about how we use AI in education, but it was more about how the education system is having a challenge, and AI is not disrupting it, but there is some inherent challenge in the higher education which leads to like higher adoption of AI. So we are going to discuss about these provisions. So we are going to discuss them one by one, and then we will come back to this question also. Last day I have given this one answer writing also for you. I have given this one question for you. You have to write the answers. So I hope you have written. I hope you have written the answer. Yes, this class is for English. Okay. This class is for English. Okay. So here, this is one question which I have also given you in the last session. So we will discuss also about that later on. Now let's start first with this one topic. Now, what is the context? Yes, you have written the answer. Good. So we will come to this question, but first let us discuss the editorial, and then at the end we will come back to the question. So here we have the first topic, which is related to the governor's power, or rather we can say the misuse or abuse of the power of the governor. This is one of the topic which is talking about that abuse of the power. Now, what is the context? The context is quite simple. In Tamil Nadu, what we have seen, there is a party, TVK. This has got highest number of seats. This has got highest number of seats. And they have gone to the governor. They have gone to the governor and they have like asked to form the government. So TVK approached governor. TVK approached governor to form government. To form government. So TVK has approached governor of Tamil Nadu in order to form government. Now what we see that the governor denied. The governor denied, and on what ground? On what ground? So it was simply that to prove majority first. That you have to prove the majority first. Here the thing was, the governor was asking TVK that you have to. Here the governor was asking that the TVK has to first prove the majority. the governor has to first prove the majority, and once the TVK party has to first prove the majority. Once they have proven the majority, only then the leader of TVK will be allowed to take the oath. Now, generally, if we talk about what is the procedure, the normal procedure, when we talk about the normal procedure, suppose that if there is no clear majority, if there is no clear majority, then what is the procedure? If there is no such clear majority, then what is the procedure for forming the government? How the government is formed, we have to know that. Dekho, I have told you this one simple thing. This class is for English part. I am not aware about any other classes, that when it will go, when it will not go. So this is not my part of task, that I will be telling you about the timing of other classes. So this is something you have to see by yourself. Okay. Now, coming to this part, that what is the procedure? What is the procedure? The procedure is quite simple, that if there is no such clear majority, then in that case, the first thing is, they have to call, the governor has to call the pre-poll alliance. Okay. So first priority is given to any such pre-poll alliance. That if there is a pre-poll alliance, then it has to be given the priority. The second priority is going to be given to a person who is having like the single largest party. The second priority is given to the single largest party. And why this is there? It is just because, like, when we are talking about the procedure in case of Tamil Nadu, so the pre-poll alliance, none of them were having even close to what was needed. So for a pre-poll alliance, there was nothing even close to what figure was needed in order to form the government. So definitely the pre-poll alliance was not possible in case of Tamil Nadu. So the single largest party, that was the second priority. Now at the third part, now what we see, that governor has no authority. The governor has no authority. The governor, it has no authority to demand this majority support. The governor has no such authority to demand the support of the governor. This support, this majority support, it has to be proven. It has to be proven on the floor of the house. So what we see, that the governor was asking the support of the majority. The governor was asking the support of the majority in case of Tamil Nadu. So this was a clear violation of the existing procedures, existing conventions which has been followed till date. The governor has no such authority to demand the support, demand to show the support or the majority support. So governor has no such authority to claim, but to like ask for this thing. Okay. This has to be proven on the floor of the house. Means a legislative assembly will be there. The members are going to take the oath. And then once they have taken the oath, there will be a debate, a discussion, and then after a voting take place, a ordinary course of voting takes place where government has to prove its support. So we have seen multiple such instances. Like if we talk about this, there has been multiple such instances. Like if we talk about this, just to give you an example, Just to give you an example, on 16th of May, 16th May 1996, on 16th May 1996, the president allowed the government of Atal Bihari Vajpayee to be formed. The president of India at that time, so he allowed Atal Bihari Vajpayee to form government. Even when he was not having support. Even when he was not having support. And at the same time, provided 13 days. It provided 13 days to prove majority. 3 days was provided to prove majority. But in case of Tamil Nadu, what we see that, in case of Tamil Nadu, what we look here, the governor, what we see that the governor has given 72 hours to TVK to prove majority. That they have been given 72 hours to prove majority. So what we see here, that this is something which is again like this is something which is again a challenging part. He has to prove that, like he has to prove the majority. The TVK has to prove the majority within just 3 days. Generally, what we see that the government proves the majority in 10 to 15 days. This is the normal course of time. Around 10 to 15 days is the time which is required in order to form the, prove the majority. So what we see here, that in this case also, again, the general procedure, what we see that the general procedure is like this. First of all, what we see that there is a oath taking ceremony. There is this oath taking ceremony. Then what we see that the CM addresses the house. Then there is debate and discussion. Then there is a debate and discussion, and then after the majority is tested. Then after the majority is tested in the Vidhan Sabha. So this is the general procedure which follows in the Lok Sabha also, in the Vidhan Sabha also. That first the government is formed and then after the majority is proven in the house. It's not going otherwise, that first you have to prove the majority, then you have to form the government. So what we see that this is one of the challenging aspects which we see here. The task of the governor is not to prove. The task of the governor is not to ask for proving the support. The task of the governor is simply to identify the person who can command it. So what we see here, that there has been the recommendation by multiple such commissions. There is a recommendation also. Multiple commissions have recommended this. We see that there has been such multiple commissions. There has been multiple commissions like Sarkaria Commission, what we see that at the same time, we see that the Punchi Commission also. Punchi Commission. So they have all simply said that the governor has no power. Governor has no power to seek support, to to ask for proving majority. That the governor has no such power to ask for proving majority in pre-swearing. Okay. Before swearing. That if a person has not formed the government, then how can CM ask that person to prove the majority? So here again we see that there is a clear violation. That this part where governor has asked the TVK to give the support even before the swearing in ceremony is a violation of the rights of the governor, violation of the power of the governor. Second thing is support. This is something which is decided by Vidhan Sabha, decided by the House. This is something which is decided by the House, not by the governor. So here we see that again what we see that the governor has no power. The governor has no power with respect to the support. It is the duty of the House, not of the governor. It is the duty of the House, not that of governor. Okay. Then what we see that so this is one thing which we see, that there is a challenge in the post of governor in case of India. In recent time, what we have seen that the governors, they have been using their discretion. The governors have been using their discretion in multiple cases. What we see, the abuse of discretionary power. When we talk about this, the abuse of discretionary power, when we talk about this, what we see, there has been abuse of discretionary power in delay of bills. Okay. We have seen that there has been abuse of discretionary power during formation of government. There has been, in fact, multiple such cases. Where the governor, we have seen that there has been multiple such cases where the governor has even gone against the popular mandate. What we have seen that the governor has been acting. We have seen that governor has started acting as an elected representative rather than just being a formal head. What we see that in many instances, what we look at this, governor start acting as political head rather than formal head. In many of the states, we have seen that governors have started acting as if they were the real political head of the state rather than the elected representatives. So there has been abuse of the discretionary power. There has been abuse of constitutional provisions by governor in the various states. Okay. So I hope this part is clear. Then sir, at that time, why no one create any objection about the asking of governor from TVK that it was violation of rules and regulations of India? No, it's not that there has not been any question. There has been a case against the governor of Tamil Nadu. A case has been filed against the governor of Tamil Nadu in Supreme Court. A case has been filed against the Tamil Nadu governor in Supreme Court that he was clearly violating the rules, the principles. No, there is no such action which can be taken against governor for violation of these powers. Only instructions can be given, but no actions can be taken. So what we see that there is no such action which can be taken. That is one very important part which we have to understand. any of these decisions which are taken, there can be no action for it. There can only be suggestions. There can only be suggestions and instructions that you don't have to do it from the next time. That is one of the biggest challenge. It's not under the ambit. See, there is a, you have to understand this part, Rishabh, that the governor is someone who enjoys his office during the pleasure of the president. Governor is something who enjoys his tenure during the pleasure of the president. So his appointment or his position cannot be undermined by the Supreme Court or any judiciary. That is one thing which you can say. That is something which I agree with Madhumita. Okay. So this is not the first time that governors are in violation of the rules and regulation. We have seen that multiple times. We have seen it multiple times that governors, they have been acting contrary to what constitutional spirit is. But sir, in SR Bommai case, Supreme Court said this. What Supreme Court said? Supreme Court said that the governor has to abide by the things, abide by the constitution. So in West Bengal, there is no such issue. In West Bengal, there is one party which has got full mandate. So when a party has got full mandate, then governor has no role. If a party has got full mandate, then the governor has no role at all. In that situation, you cannot do anything. Now, coming to the next part. Let's say this. Coming to the next part. There is an issue of fake currency in India. You teach science. How are you so aware of political cases? I teach current affairs also, na? There is no one who elects governor. Governor is appointed by the president and removed by the president. So governor is someone who is appointed by the president, removed by the president. And president acts on the advice of union government. So the central government is the one who are appointing the governors. Central government appoints the government. Central government has the power to remove them. Central government is responsible for appointing. Central government is responsible for removing the governor. Now coming to this one part, demonetization. We have seen that one of the aim was this. The aim was to counter fake currency, Now there has been a movie also which is saying this, that why this like demonetization was carried out, why the demonetization was carried out. So movie is also now around it, that there was a reason behind this demonetization move. But what we see actually, that as per the government, demonetization was to counter the fake currency and to prevent the illegal economy, the black economy. But after demonetization also, now what we see, like the value of fake Indian currency which has been seized every year, how much fake currency we have got every year. You can see that in 2016 it was on lower level. However, in 2024 it is quite higher. In 2022 also it is quite higher. In 2020 also it is quite higher. Okay. So we have seen that we have got these much fake currencies in 2024. In case of 2016, when the demonetization was carried out, in that time, the amount of fake currency was quite on the lower side. But post demonetization, we see that the fake currency which are being seized every year, which are being seized by the administration every year, is still there. So it means fake currency is still existing. Okay. Fake currency is still existing. Now what we see that which is the major part, like which note is the major part which is as part of the fake currency. So what we see that rupees 500 notes, it was the major part. Earlier we used to see the trend that 2000 rupees note was also a significant part. The red one indicates the 2000 rupees note. So post demonetization, we have got a currency of rupees 2000. So you can see that from 2017 onwards up to 2022, this was one of the major form of fake currency. 2000 rupees note was being used excessively in form of fake currency. Now we see at the same time the value of counterfeit note which has been detected by the banking system. We see that this is also something which is increasing. Okay. It is also something which is increasing only. Banks are also detecting fake notes. So we are having still fake notes which are coming in the banking system. The banks are detecting them and then they are being removed. So this is the amount of fake note which has been detected. There are many fake notes which may not have been detected, which are still circulating in the economy. So we see that still this is the figure which is rising. So if fake notes are rising, if more and more fake notes are being detected by the banking system, it indicates that the fake note is prevailing in the market. People are bringing them to bank unaware. If someone is aware that it is a fake note, they will not bring it to the bank. If people are bringing it to the bank, it means they are not aware about it. They are not having the idea about it, whether it is a fake note or a real note. So we see that higher number of fake notes are being encountered by the banking system. It means more and more notes are prevailing in the economy. Then what we see that in the banking system, which note has been detected? What we see that most of them is 500 series. 500 series notes. Okay. So 500 series notes plus at the same time we see that 100 rupees notes. The 100 rupees notes, they are also there. Even 200 rupees notes are there and 100 rupees notes are there. 100 rupees. So these are the notes. Right now you can see that 500 notes are very much higher in number. Okay. 500 series notes, there are more and more chances that they are fake. Then there are notes of 200 also. Then there are notes of 100 rupees also. So earlier 100 rupees was prevailing. Now we see that 100 rupees has come down. 500 series notes have become more common fake notes which has been detected by the banking system. So this is one of the part which we see here. Okay. And can you guess which state may have got most of the fake notes? Just take a guess. Who makes this face fake currency? Now tell me which state may be having? UP. That's a common guess. See, what we see that like the state which have seized most of the state where most of the notes have been seized is Gujarat. Okay. So here we see that the most of the notes which has been seized is there in Gujarat. Then comes Maharashtra. Then you will find Karnataka, Delhi and others. So what we see that the top states, where we are having most of the sieging of the fake currency comes from Gujarat, then Maharashtra, then you can see Karnataka, Delhi and others. So they are the most, like they are the states where most of the fake currency has been seized. Now it doesn't mean that there is no such fake currency in other states. There may be simply a case where we can see that in some states there may be more and more fake currency, but no one is checking them, no one is seizing them. It is simply allowed to be distributed. So it's not that if a state has seized more amount of fake currency, it means more fake currency are there only. It simply means that they have been efficiently seizing the fake currency. So what we see here, that the states which are there, which have got most of the fake currencies, are these states. Now the question is, what is the impact of the fake currency? What is the impact here? How it is impacting us? How this fake currency is impacting the country? How it is impacting the common masses? First of all, what we see, the illegal activities. Like terrorism, smuggling, trafficking, drugs, etc. So this is the fuel. This is the fuel for all these illegal activities. This is the fuel for all these illegal activities which we see. The insurgency issues also, the terrorism issues also, all these things are there which are creating a chaos in the country, which are creating a problem for the country. Then what we see that it leads to a parallel economy. And we see that there is a inflationary pressure. It creates a inflationary pressure because there is too much currency in the market. Too much currency in the market. Now suppose a person is there, if they are having black money, suppose there is a person who is having a black money, so they will not be thinking about that whether they are spending 10 rupees on purchasing one thing or 100 rupees on purchasing the same thing. If you are having the entire fake money and if you have to purchase, let's say you are having you are thinking of purchasing an iPhone and you are having 1.5 lakh rupees. Okay, you are having 1.5 lakh rupees in form of a fake currency and you have to purchase an iPhone. The cost is 1.4 lakh. So the shopkeeper is returning you 10,000 rupees. You can simply say to them, take this as a tip from me, that keep this 10,000 with you, we don't need it. So what we see that, like if people are having black money, they will like to spend it. They will not save it with them. They are not going to save it, they are going to spend it. And when there are more and more spending in form of black money, we will see that there is going to be an inflationary pressure in the economy. Then at the same time, a direct loss to the innocent citizen. Now suppose that a person who have got 50,000 rupees in salary in form of a fake note, in form of a fake currency, and the currency has been detected in bank. Suppose a person has sold something at 50,000 rupees and the person has been provided with fake currency. So now what he is going to do? He has no option. There is a direct loss to the person. that money has been seized by the government, so there is a direct loss to the person. Sir, I don't think so that demonetization will again be carried out. We have not been able to achieve much from demonetization, so it's rare that there will be again demonetization. If the fake currency is overtaken day by day, so there is no one to check it. And of course, the government has got so many units in order to check it, but the thing is, it is still prevailing. How could fake currency be passed from government? It is not passed from government. It is circulated in the market by illegal sources. Like suppose that some fake currency is entering India from our bordering countries, or some of them are being printed in various parts of the country. So once it has been printed, it is spent in the local market. Like suppose someone has printed currency, then they will try to give it in the local market. They will try to spread it in the local market. So that is what is being done. It is being spread in the local market. So direct loss to the innocent citizens, that is also one thing. What we see that there is a higher cost for banking system. Higher cost for banking system. We see that they have to get new devices. They have to get new devices to check fake currency. And what we see that it is something which puts pressure on, this is something which puts pressure on original currency. So suppose that if there is more supply of currency in the economy, if there is more and more supply of the currency in the economy, it may lead to the depreciation of the currency. If there is more and more currency in the economy, it may lead to decline in the value of the currency. It leads to the decline in value of currency. The decline in value of currency. Then we see that this is also leading to loss of trust in currency. Like suppose that today you are reading about this. Today you are reading about this fake currency issue, and you have seen that we have got a huge number of fake currencies which are coming in the country. So now if suppose you are getting some notes today, if you are getting some currency notes today, then you will be examining it twice. If I am not wrong, suppose you have got a 500 rupees bundle. Let's say you have got 50,000 rupees in cash today in new notes. So I think many of you, if you are getting that note or currency today or in this week, you might reconsider counting it. You might reconsider checking it. So why? Because now if you are aware about this, that there is a lot of fake currency which is being circulated, so then you will have trust issue. You are going to have this trust issue. So this is something which is like nowadays lesser number of people are aware that we have a huge number of fake currency. Many of them are being detected by the government. But if people start believing that yes, fake currency is becoming very much common, then they will lose that trust on the currency, and that is very much challenging. It means the union authorities were not aware of these things. No, 10 rupees 10 note, coin. That is a problem. Like RBI has issued the sample of all 10 rupees coin. RBI has issued the sample of all 10 rupees coin. And if someone is making a fake currency, fake coin of 10 rupees, it is not going to be useful for them. Because the face value may be just equal to the actual value of that 10 rupees coin. if you see the metal and everything which is used to make a 10 rupees coin, you will find that the face value and the real value of the coin may be similar. So there is no such like a benefit in having a 10 rupees coin as a fake coin. No one is going to mint a 10 rupees coin as a fake coin, because the face value and the real value may be exactly similar. So even if they are trying to have a fake coin, they will be spending more on it rather than getting the value out of it. After getting the fake currency, it is destroyed. So this is one of the part. Now, what steps has been taken? The steps which has been taken by government in order to counter this. What steps has been taken? First of all, we are seeing that there is a new series of notes. There is new series of notes. New series of notes. Here you will find that there is, like when we see this, there is a color changing ink. There is a color changing ink which is used in this. There is a color changing ink which is used in the new series notes. This is something which is difficult to replicate. This is something which is difficult to replicate. Now we see that numbering pattern is also revised. We see that numbering pattern has also been revised. Numbering pattern, it has also been revised. We see that it is in ascending size. It is in ascending size from left to right. From left to right. It is in ascending size from left to right, means now the notes, if you look at this, if you look at a 100 rupees note or 500 rupees note, you will find that the numbers, the size of the numbers which are there, they are different. They are not at the same level. They are having somewhat difference. So this is one of the part. Then we see that the bank, RBI, it has mandated banks to use machines to identify fake notes. So the banking system has been advised, okay, banking system has been advised to use, okay, like to use the machines in order to identify. Then UAPA Act, it says that if there is, like, if there is trafficking of fake currency, this is something which is a terrorist act. It is something which is designated as a terrorist act. So if someone is caught with trafficking of fake currency, then it is regarded as a terrorist act. If any person catch out while spreading the fake currency, is there any chance of getting cases on it or vanishing licenses? That will be regarded as a terrorist act. If someone is like spreading the fake currency, then it is a terrorist act. It is not simply license or other things. That person will be sent to jail under the terrorist act. No. There is no such. If there is low value of currency, and if it is a fake note also, then also there is no such challenge. If there is a high value, like suppose you are having 1 lakh rupees in fake currency, then yes, you will be questioned for this. But if you are having 500 rupees, 1000 rupees in fake currency, then it's not such a big issue. If you are having a small amount of money, then it's not a big issue. But yes, if there is a huge volume of fake currency, then yes, you are going to be questioned. And if you have the right answer for it, then it is not going to be a problem. So that is the second part. Now coming to the third topic, AI is not disrupting education. It is just diagnosing what is wrong. So this article is not about AI. This article is more about the higher education system in India. In case of higher education, in case of higher education, in case of higher education, there is an expectation. There is an expectation. What is that expectation? That the students who are there, they will not be just giving the result, they will not be just giving the answer, they would be able to understand it, question it, reason about it. So there is an expectation that not only students will not only provide answer, but they will reason for it. That they are not only going to provide the answer for the question, they are going to think about it, they are going to argue about it, they are going to question it. The main idea, the central idea is argument, counter argument, then diversity of ideas, etc. That there is going to be an argument, a counter argument, diversity of ideas and everything. But in case of this, in case of our system, in case of our education system, what is the core thing? You are taught a particular syllabus, you are given a question to write on this, then you frame the answer. If you frame the answer in a particular manner which has been told to you, then you are going to get the marks for it. You are going to clear the examination with 90, 95%, 99% marks. So what we see that our education system doesn't need disruption. It is having its own problem. Like why the AI system are able to give answers. Like suppose that this is one editorial. If we are talking about this one editorial or the previous editorial or the editorial prior to that, if you are using AI, it can give you whatever is written there. It can simplify that for you, that what is given there in that article. So as a teacher, what would be my responsibility? My responsibility will not be only to give you the facts which are written there. My responsibility is not to just make you aware about what is written there, but to help you think about this, to analyze the issues, to think about it, to ponder about it. So if I am giving you the same thing what is written and I am asking question exactly on that, then you are not going to do anything. You are simply going to copy paste it, you are going to write the answer, that's all. So the idea here is that in our education system, it's not about that you have to just recreate what is given in the books. You have to frame a question on this, you have to write an answer on this. So in our editorials, or sorry, in our education system, the problem is not that AI is taking the place. The problem is we have allowed the AI to take place. Why? AI is doing the simple calculation. It is not in the capacity of AI. It is not in the capacity of AI to think about it in a diverse manner, to think about it in a different manner, where there is a diversity of ideas, where new ideas may come up. So what we see that AI is a challenge to the education only when we are going for rote learning. Okay. In our education system, what we see that the education is more about rote learning. It is more about the rote learning. Rote learning. And the result is basically the same. Result is also the same. So what we see, why AI is disrupting this? Okay. Why AI is disrupting this? We are talking about mathematics. Think about this. We are talking about mathematics. There is multiple such things which you read. Like suppose you may have read about this, that the area of circle versus the area of a square, how to calculate the area of a square, how to calculate the area of rhombus, how to calculate the area of any such rectangle. But are you taught about this, that why are you doing this? Why are you calculating the area of triangle? Why are you calculating the area of circle? You are simply told that if you have to take the area of a circle, it is pi r square. If we have to take the perimeter of a circle, it is 2 pi r. If you have to get the area of a rectangle, it is length into breadth. So why are we doing this? If we have to make a software also, there is a coding. But why we are doing this? If we do it in a particular manner, then one result is there. What if we do it in a different manner? What if we are doing it in a different manner? What will be the result then? So AI is able to disrupt education not because AI is powerful. AI is able to disrupt education because our education system is having so many inherent challenges. Our education system is not about education. It is more about learning. It is more about just learning new facts, new topics, just that much. It is not leading to the curiosity among the masses, the curiosity among the children, that what's going on around them, what is there in their area. Student supported KGS system, yes. So this is one thing that is also a challenge. And see, that is a pattern. Like many a times you will see that in our classes also, in our discussion also, many a times what students say, sir, give us notes in a proper manner so that we can note it down. If I am giving you a notes in a proper manner, you are just making or copying it from there, then what is your learning? If I am providing you notes in a well-framed manner, which you can exactly write in the answer, then what are you going to learn? आप क्या सीख रहे हो? So the problem is that many a times people have become supportive. They are showing the support. They are showing the support to the students, that they are helping you. They are giving you the notes exactly what is going to be asked in examination. But in fact, what we see that it is not support. It is crippling the students. It is something which is crippling the students. They are never going to learn. They are never going to learn about notes making. They are never going to learn about the topics. So that is also one of the challenge. Okay. The thinking ability, the cognitive power of the students are decreasing. So our education system was doing the same thing. So AI is able to replace just because of this thing. Like suppose if I am just giving you the notes of the editorial as what is written in here, so AI can easily replace it. AI can also do the same thing. So until unless we are discussing about it, until unless we are like talking about the different topics, talking about the different dimensions, AI can simply give a notes of it. AI can give you the notes which you required to write in the answer. So this is one of the part that we are like having a higher education system which is having its own challenges. It is not the AI which is disrupting it. It is the education system which is having its own inherent challenges. So this is one part. Now, here there are two questions also. Higher education is not facing a threat from AI. It has its own inherent challenges. Comment. Okay. So this is the first part. Second thing is, the role of governor has become increasingly contested in the present times? Discuss. So these are two questions. I think you can write this. लिख सकते हैं आप लोग इसको. So today we will stop here only. There is just a class just after this. So I will discuss the answer tomorrow. Both answers we will discuss tomorrow. I will take 15 minutes extra time in the next class. Tomorrow we will take 15 minutes extra, and then we will see this question also and the previous question also. We don't have to set the boundaries of using AI. We don't have to set the boundaries of using AI. We have to enhance our capability. AI is doing what? What is the basic principle of AI? It is mimicking the human intelligence. Now tell me, you have seen Amitabh Bachchan, you have seen a person who is mimicking Amitabh Bachchan. Just take this one example. You have seen a person, Amitabh Bachchan, and then you have seen various mimicry artists who are mimicking what Amitabh Bachchan is doing. So who will remain better? If you compare them, who is always going to remain better? Amitabh Bachchan, because he will always do something new, something creative. AI is going to learn from that only. So whatever we are doing better, AI is going to learn that in future. It's not that we have to set the limit on AI. It is simply that we have to break our limit. It's not that we have to set the limit for AI. We have to break our limits. We have confined ourselves to our boundary. We have to go beyond that. So that will be all for today. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's meet in the next session, and then we will see these answers also and the editorials also. Thank you. Take care and all the best. Thank you.